Greetings, YouTube faithful and Nerd Nation. This is Lucius Prime coming at you with my third Transformers toy review. As you can tell from my intro, this one is, much like my last one, about a very special piece. My favorite out of my entire collection. My favorite Transformer altogether. An absolute beautiful piece. Nemisis Prime. Or in this case, it's actually Transformers Robots in Disguise 2001 Scourge, who was inappropriately named in the English version, but Nemisis Prime nonetheless. In the Japanese version, Black Convoy. I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. If you guys remember, or if you even saw my previous video, my Transformers Robot in Disguise Optimus Prime, or Car Robots Fire Convoy, you may have heard me mention about how that is my favorite Optimus Prime. Notice how I emphasized Optimus Prime. My favorite Prime actually happens to be Nemesis Prime. My favorite Transformer altogether, Nemesis Prime. My favorite Decepticon, Nemesis Prime. That's because he's got such a rich backstory, beautiful toys. Just, oh my god, I love this one so much. A little bit about the backstory for you. This particular model right here, during Robots in Disguise 2001, Megatron had actually gotten his hands on a bunch of Autobot protoforms and took them to a military base to where he could actually infuse them with energy from his own spark while scanning vehicles. That way he no longer had Predacons to command, but creating the first Decepticons. Nemesis Prime here, or Scourge, or Black Convoy. I'm just going to keep calling him Nemesis Prime because that's who he is. I don't care what you say. Nemesis Prime was created here actually by mistake. If I'm not mistaken, it was by Skybite, who was getting ready to scan... actually, I don't remember what vehicle he was getting ready to scan, but he was basically tackled by Optimus Prime, and he accidentally scanned a tanker truck full of rocket fuel. Megatron delighted at this, going, a vehicle with powerful fuel like that will make a powerful Decepticon. And thus, Scourge, Nemesis Prime, was created. Now, other variations on how Nemesis Prime was created. In the original G1, the Megatron there actually decided to create a clone of Optimus Prime himself that he himself was actually controlling remotely. Sadly, they never really went anywhere with that. I mean, it looked exactly like Optimus Prime, straight down to the color scheme and everything. Just the color scheme was a few shades darker. It wasn't really the black and blue or black and purple and everything that everybody knows and loves at this point. There was also another variation where Nemesis Prime was created by Unicron to battle Optimus Prime and Megatron in Transformers Armada. My favorite variation of the storyline is similar to that one. This one came out of the comics where Unicron decided to create a clone of Optimus Prime, gave it some Decepticon programming based off of Megatron's personality, and infused it with his own life energy, the Dark Energon, and thus Nemesis Prime was born. Going on into the story, he was always conflicted about who he was and what he wanted to do. He was created solely to destroy Optimus Prime and Megatron, and basically unify the Autobots and Decepticons and have them become subservient to Unicron. One particular comic actually sticks out in mind where Optimus and Nemesis were engaged in a battle. Bumblebee throws himself in between the two, and Nemesis pauses. He hesitates. He can't bring himself to actually go through Bumblebee. Bumblebee says something to the effect of, if you want to kill him, you're going to have to kill me. Nemesis straight up calls him out. Get out of the way or I will. Bumblebee calls Nemesis's bluff and can't do it. And basically, you know, the whole spiel with, well, we'll have to continue this battle some other time, blah, 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 blah. But anyways, that's the thing. He is a clone of Optimus in almost every iteration. The Armada version didn't have anything to do with Optimus other than the fact he was designed from Optimus. But still, Nemesis Prime, he's not exactly a bad guy. He's not exactly a good guy. Never has been, never will be. He's an anti-hero. He's a anti-villain. He's perfectly in the middle. He's a lot like Deadpool, except for the fact that he's not as chaotic and random. Shoutouts to Marvel Comics and their version of Transformers as well. Haha. Anyways, well, let's go ahead and get right down to the actual review of this particular figure. First of all, I mean, unlike the Optimus from the series, he doesn't exactly have the rubber tires, but I can deal with that because look at how gorgeous he is. I mean, the chrome trailer, just the black and blue lining on the cab, the red windshield and windows and everything. I mean, he rolls perfectly fine without any problems. Gets a wide range of turning with the trailer, as a tractor trailer should be. As you saw in the intro, the trailer itself actually does transform into a base, as is common with most versions of Optimus Prime. Something else about this particular figure, this is, for those diehard fans, you guys probably already know this, but for some of you newer folks, this is actually a repaint of the Gen 2 Laser Blast Optimus Prime, which I hope to one day actually have. I mean, I don't really know what more to say about that. I mean, I wish I could show you what he looks like, but I don't have him, unfortunately. Take a look at the back of the trailer. I mean, on the back of the trailer, you see his license plate. It clearly says D012 and Scourge on it. I did originally have a Japanese release of this one. Sadly, I sold it years ago. I actually regret it, especially because that was complete. This one, however, is not completed. I'm missing the discs for the disc launcher. I'm missing also the missile pod on the other side of the base. Well, on the Japanese version, it actually says Convoy on the back. The license plate number is different as well. Well, anyways, much like with almost any Optimus Prime figure, he is actually a very simple transformation. First of all, I gotta kind of highlight that nice, beautiful Decepticon symbol on the door. On the Japanese version, it's not a Decepticon symbol, it's what they call the Destron symbol. But anyways, to start off, just kind of push him forward from his legs, which would actually extend it like that. Pick him up, and you would actually just move his feet to the forward position, like so. He's actually quite stable, stands on his own like that. And to do the rest of the transformation, you would actually separate his arms from the side of the cab like so. And you split these the grill apart and drop it down. Let's see if I can't find a way to position this to where y'all can see. Alright, now that I've got my camera positioned, back to where you see where I have his arms separated and everything like that. And like I said, what you do is you separate the cab here, like so, and then you just kind of move them into the down position like that, which I accidentally descended his legs. Let's re-extend those. Now for his head is actually sitting right here in his stomach, and there's two different ways you could do it. You can actually just open it up itself right there, and it's got this little peg right here that you move it forward, and it's got, I guess you could say, almost an automorph feature if you actually do it actually the way that the Japanese instructions once instructed. All you got to do is just put a little force on the peg right here, and his head should pop right up. Which apparently that's not going to happen right now. I'm making a liar out of me. Let's try again. Like that. So anyways, now that his head is actually out of his stomach, you can close the stomach back up. You move it up, and it goes slightly down like that. And then you just twist the head around. And there we have his robot transformation. Before I turn the flash on my camera on, I just really had to highlight this because this is just beautiful. This is something that a lot of Transformers toy fans have come to love and, just crave out of their Transformers: light piping. You've got a little plastic piece in the back of the head that when the light hits it just right, his eyes glow, and it's just this ominous menacing red. You know, I'll put my finger back there, eyes are turned off. But I remove it, and there we go. I mean, like I said, that's just, it's menacing. It's such a commanding presence. Anyways, now, just a beautiful figure. I mean, I love the almost metallic turquoise that they've got going on with him, which this was actually the first version of Nemisis Prime I myself ever came across. Most other people, first version I came across in the TV series anyway. Everyone else was familiar with the classic Nemisis Prime from the comic books and everything. Still had a lot of the metallic turquoise and everything. In later iterations, they'd mostly replaced that turquoise with purple, making him black and purple, which, don't get me wrong, I love black and purple as a color combination, and that's what most people recognize Nemisis Prime for. Now, he doesn't have a lot for kibble, which, you know, that's a good thing, but, you know, what kibble he does have, a lot of people don't particularly care for. I mean, you got the wheels and everything like that, and just the grill of the cab sitting on his shoulders. But those actually serve a purpose, at least in the anime, because as you can see, they're basically guns. They were rocket launchers and everything. Unfortunately, they don't have any missiles to shoot from them, because if you actually just get a good look up in there, you just see like screws and stuff like that. Now, you know, the back of the top of the cab itself on his back is kibble, but you know, that's actually just kind of out of the way. That shouldn't really matter. As you can see, he is a very stable figure, has no problem standing on his own. Concealed within his trailer, he's got his blaster, which I don't normally pull out and put on him. He also came with a red Energon sword. Not this one, because whenever I got this one, it was incomplete. I'm always going to be looking for that sword to give to him because, well, Nemisis Prime is a bit of a swordsman. I do, however, have the Star Saber minicons that I usually keep together and have him hold it because, well, you know, he needs his sword. And I do have a Vector Prime that, you know, I will have him do sword battle poses with. But, you know, I can't really say too much else about this figure. I mean, there's a little bit of wearing and everything like that on the stickers and everything like that because, you know, kind of like the Optimus I have from the same series. He was well loved and, you know, well played with. I know he's a little dusty, but that's because most of my Transformers just sit up on my shelves. They collect dust. I'm horrible about dusting. I clean them up once in a while. And again, you know, this right here is the pride and joy of my collection next to my Robots in Disguise Optimus and my Primus. I do also have a Unicron, as you guys have seen from one of my previous videos, who is incomplete. I'm looking for the parts to complete him as well. But, you know, regardless of the fact he's incomplete, this is my favorite Transformer that I own. And, well, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this review as much as I did. Well, I don't really know what else to say, because, you know, I'm not really the type of person to beg for likes and subscribes and stuff like that. I mean, that's all on you if you want to do it or not. I don't make no never mind to me. I do this because I enjoy it, and, you know, hopefully you guys enjoy looking at the figures as well, especially, hopefully, some of the younger generation who's coming into Transformers and everything and finding this on YouTube right now. Hopefully they get excited about it as well. And, you know, I hope you guys all get the collections that you want eventually. Anyways, this is Lucius Prime, and I'll be back at you guys with another review before too long. Until then, till all are one. Just kind of a supplemental shot here. I wanted to kind of show my Optimus Prime extending his hand in friendship to Nemisis Prime, trying to convince him to join the Autobots. I also kind of wanted to do a size comparison of Optimus, not in his battle mode, just in his base mode, next to Nemisis Prime here. A little bit of a face-off. But still, other than my Primus and Unicron once he's complete, you know, you know what, I can't really say that, because I love all the figures that I have, but I do love these two. Wait until I show you my Vector Prime, which will probably be my next video, courtesy of my brother, Fletch. Anyways, again, Thank you all for joining me until all are one.